Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayan Namaskritam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswati Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayasya
अष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
नित्यं
Nityam
भगवत
Bhagavata
सेवया
Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
भगवते
Bhagavate
उत्तमश्लोके
Bhaktin Bhavatir Naisiti
Bhaktin
भक्तिर्भवति
Bhagavate
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
कृष्णाय
Krishnaya
वासुदेवाय
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
देवकी नंदनाय च
Nandagopa Kumaraya
नंदगोपकुमाराय
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
गोविन्दाय
Govindaya Namo Namah.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, text number 15, 2 to 15. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Lord is in the Heart. Please repeat the sloka behind me. Sthiram sukham cāsanam āsthito yatir
Sthiraṁ sukhaṁ sthiraṁ
शासनम्
āsthito
अस्ति
yatir.
yadā jihāsur imam aṅga lokam
Yadā jihāsur imam
imam
aṅga lokam.
kāle ca deśe ca mano sajjayet
Kāle ca deśe ca
देशे च
mano
मनो
sajjayet.
prāṇān niyacchen manasā jita-asuḥ.
prāṇān niyacchen
niyacchen
manasā
manasā jita-asuḥ
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Sthiram,
sthiraṁ
sthiraṁ
without being disturbed.
without being disturbed
Sukham,
sukham
sukham
comfortable.
comfortable.
Cha,
Cha
च
also.
also
Āsanam,
āsanam
āsanam
sitting accommodation.
sitting
in
accommodation.
accommodation
Āsthitaḥ,
Āsthito
āsthitaḥ
being situated.
being
being
situated.
situated
Yatiḥ,
Yatiḥ
yatiḥ
the sage.
the sage.
says
Yadā,
Yadā
whenever.
whenever.
whenever
Jihāsuḥ,
Jihāsuḥ
jihāsuḥ
desire to give up.
desires
desire
to
to give up
Imam,
imam
imam
this.
this
this
Aṅga,
aṅga.
aṅga
O king.
O king
okay
Lokam,
lokam
lokam
this body.
this
this
body
body.
Kāle,
kāle
Kāle
in time.
in
in
time
time.
Cha,
च
Cha
and
and
deśe,
deśe
deśe
in a proper place.
in a
in a
proper
proper
place.
place
Cha,
Cha
च
also.
also
Manaḥ,
manaḥ
manaḥ
the mind.
the
the
mind.
mind
Na,
Na
na
not.
not
Sajjayet,
sajjayet
sajjayet
may not be perplexed.
may
may
not
not
be
be perplexed
prāṇān,
prāṇān
prāṇān
the senses.
the
the
senses.
senses
Niyacchen,
Niyacchen
niyacchen
must control.
must control.
must control
Manasā,
Manasā
manasā
by the mind.
by the mind
Jita-asuḥ,
jita-asuḥ
jita-asuḥ
conquering the life here.
conquering the life.
conquering the life here.
Translation and purport by Divine Sabha Charnavanda Isi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. O king,
O king,
whenever the yogi
whenever the yogi
desire to leave this planet
desires to leave this planet
of human beings,
of human beings,
he should not be perplexed
he should not be perplexed
about the proper time
about the proper time
or place,
or place,
but should comfortably
but should comfortably
sit without being disturbed
sit without being disturbed,
and regulate the life here,
and regulating the life here,
should control the senses by the mind.
should control the senses by the mind.
Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita 8.14, it is clearly stated that a person who is totally engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord and who constantly remembers him at every step easily obtains the mercy of the Lord by entering into his spiritual contact. Such devotees do not need to seek an opportune moment to leave the present body. But those who are mixed devotees, allied with fruitive actions or empirical philosophical speculation, require an opportune moment for quitting this body. For them, the opportune moment are stated in the Bhagavad Gita 8.23 to 26. But these opportune moments are not as important as one's being a successful yogi who is able to weight his body as he likes. Such a yogi must be competent to control his senses by the mind. The mind is easily conquered simply by engaging it at the lotus feet of the Lord. Gradually, by such service, all the senses become automatically engaged in the service of the Lord. That is the way of merging into the Supreme Absolute. So, this. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshuruन्मीलितं Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna-prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschachate Sudharne. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this is again Sukadeva Goswami is giving the knowledge to Parshit Maharaj. What he is saying, whenever the yogi who desire to leave this planet, this wherever we are living, the earthly planet, he don't want to think about set the proper time. Okay, I need to leave in this particular time, and I need to leave in the particular place only. Like that, you don't want to think for the yogis. And what you need to do, you need to comfortably sit in one place without disturbance. He need to regulate his life here, should control the senses by the mind. So this is the advice Sukadeva Goswami is giving for the yogis. With this connection, there is a story Prabhupada used to say. One of the yogi who was walking towards a kingdom. There, first he met the prince, the king's son. So the prince's son asked him to give me the blessings. Yes, he is a sadhu. So the sadhu he asking blessings. So the sadhu blessed him. Rajaputra Siranjiva, like that he was blessed. He blessed him. So along with him, his disciples also there. Then they are going little bit ahead. Then he met a Muni, son of a Muni. So then the son of the Muni also seeking blessing from the sadhu. Then the sadhu is blessing him, Ma Jiva. Then the first person he said Chiranjiva. The Muni Putra is saying that Ma Jiva. So the saintly person, so again he is walking along that. So then one of the Grahasthas, he is a saintly person, he is a devotee of the Lord. He is coming and he is asking, he is seeking the blessing of sadhu. Then sadhu is giving Ma Jiva, Jiva Va Marava. Like that he was blessing. So then because the poor all coming along with the sadhu, the disciples, they are unable to understand because each and every person is giving the different blessings. And finally, one of the hunter, he met the sadhu. Then he was seeking the blessings of the sadhu. Then he is saying that I am the hunter. My work is to hunt the animals, and I used to lead my life in that way. So please bless me. Like that, he was asking the sadhu. Then the sadhu saying that Ma jiva, ma mara, like that you are saying. So all the disciples are started asking the sadhu, so why you are there are four different kind of people came, but you bless them in a four different ways. So when the son of a king, when he came, he said Shiram Jiva, that means you live long. And when the Muni Putra came, son of a sadhu Muni came, then you bless them Ma Jiva, that means you don't live. And when the saintly person came, you bless them Ma Jiva, Jiva Va Marava. So like he say that either you die or live, it's and the both are same for you. Like that he blessed him. And when the hunter came, Ma Jiva, Ma Mara. See that? You don't die, you don't live. Like that you blessed. So why there is a difference? Like that he was asking that sadhu. So the sadhu give the explanation that the Rajaputra, the son of a king, I said I blessed him with Chiranjiva. Yes, he has so much of opulences. So he wanted to, because of his opulences, he never going to turn to the path of bhakti because of they have so much of opulences. So they wanted to enjoy this material world. So I blessed him. Let you enjoy as much as you want. And finally he will go to hell. Like that he blessed. That's why I blessed the Rajaputra. Since you don't have a bhakti at all, so better you live here only, in this material world only. That's why I blessed him, live long. And when the Muni Putra came, the son of Muni, so I blessed him, Ma Jiva, you don't live. Yes, he is the brahmachari. He is living a life fully austere and dedicated his life to the Lord. He is a Muni Putra. He is a brahmachari. So better the person along with this materialistic people, he will, if he live in this material world, he may get it. Yes, there are chances he may turn because of his attraction of this material world. So better he die as a devotee only, so that he will go back to Gaudiya. So that's why I blessed him. You don't live. And when the saintly person came, so then I blessed him. Either you die or live. That is both are same for you. Like that I blessed. So that means the saintly persons who are there, even though they are in this material world, in this world, here also what they will do? They will do the service to the Lord. They will serve the Lord. And if they die also, they die and go back to Godhead. There also they are going to do the service. So for the devotee, for the saintly person, there is no difference between either wherever they are living, whether they are in the material world, whether they are in the spiritual world, both are same for them because their life is dedicated to the Lord. So Lord's service. So I blessed him. Either you die, either you live. Like that I blessed. It's the same for you. Like that I blessed. And when the hunter came, so I blessed Ma Jiva, Ma Mara. Means you don't die or don't live. So if you don't die, means if you die also, you will go back to, you will go to hell. Again, you will come back. And if you live here also, what you will do? You will kill the animals. You either places, you will there. It's a problematic for you. So that's what you don't die, you don't live. Like that, I bless them. Like that you are saying. So the main point from this story we need to see is the saintly persons. The saintly persons, the point is the devotees, that is the highlight is there's a swadharma for everybody. We have the swadharma. Whether if you are living in this material world, our swadharma is doing the service to the Lord. This dharma. If you go back to Godhead, there also we will do the swadharma is again serve the Lord. But this is the ideal swadharma for the human beings. But in the material world, once the human being come, they are because of this material attraction, they forget their swadharma. What they will do? They are enjoying this material world, trying to enjoy this material world as much as they want. So they forget their swadharma. So the Bhakti Yoga, it is re-established their swadharma to make them understand that your swadharma is not to enjoy here. You need to do the bhakti towards the Supreme Lord, develop the connection between you and the Supreme Lord, then go back to Gaudiya. So that is the important point over here. The today's sloga, again, it is referring, the Prabhupada in the purport, he was referring the Bhagavad Gita 8.14 verse. So the 8.14 verse, what Lord is saying, Aranya chetaha satatam yomam sparati nityasaha tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yoginaha. So Lord himself is saying, for one who always remember me without deviation, I am easy to obtain. I am easy to obtain, O son of Pratha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So the Sukadeva Goswami, what he is saying that for a yogi who is always in the devotional service, for him, he don't want to see any perfect place, perfect time to leave the body. Because he was always connected with the Lord, so Lord will take care of him automatically. So here also Lord himself is saying that one who always remember me without deviation. So I can, if he can attain me easily. So that's what Krishna is saying there. So through a devotional service, we can attain the Lord easily. Because he's constantly, that person is engaging the devotional service. So he don't want to think about the particular time, particular place, and when I will leave. Because he is 24/7, he was thinking about the Lord and serving the Lord only. So that kind of person, they have no need of worry about whether they are living here or they are living in the hell. Even though they are living in the hell, that kind of person, there also they will do the service to the Supreme Lord only. So for them, all the places are same, because they realize that Lord is with us, with me always, and they are serving the Lord with wholeheartedly. And in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, there also Lord is giving the another beautiful understanding. Teśaṁ satata yuktānam bhajatāṁ prīti purvakam dadāmi buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So here what he is saying, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So here also Lord is stressing the point. The person who is having the constant devotion, who is serving the Lord with love, so Lord himself is saying that I will give the understanding by which they can come to me. Even though they devotee not understanding, not know how to go back to Godhead, that understanding, yes, the Lord is sitting as a Paramatma in our heart. He himself is saying that I will give the understanding by which they can come to me, like that he was saying. So in these two slokas, we can understand that Lord is stressing the point to do the bhakti towards him, unalloyed bhakti. So pure bhakti, without a mix of any fruitive expectation, fruitive result expectation. If you do the bhakti, then Lord will take care of the rest. So this is, if Lord is saying something, it is a promise. It is 100% truth. There is no, yes, Lord is absolute truth. Absolute truth in the sense, present, past, and future. Anywhere, Lord, whatever he said in Bhagavad Gita, it is applicable and it is truth. There is not even a tinge of lie, and which may not happen, is like that. So yes, the Lord is speaking, he speaks only absolute truth and absolute words only he speak. So here he is mentioning that one who constantly devoted me with love, I will give the understanding by which they can come to me. So we don't want to have the second thought. If I do this devotional service, how I can go back to God again? Because Lord will take care of that rest of the thing. And even when one time Narada Muni was asking, so Krishna is saying that at the time of death, if you remember me, you can come back to me. So what if the devotee, the entire life he devoted, but at the time of death, he was unable to remember you. He was in the coma or somewhere. So how can, for them, what is the destination for them? For that only this sloka, Krishna is saying that even though they are not able to, because there is one more sloka is there. In that, Krishna is saying that even though because of the Vada, Pitta, Kapha, because of their bodily problems, they may not be able to remember me at the time of death. But because of their entire life, what they did, the devotional service, I will remember them and I will take back. Like that Krishna is saying. So that is also, since Krishna is saying, that is also absolute truth. So there also, we don't want to worry at the time of death, whether I may not be in which situation, I don't know. So Lord, how can I can go back to God? So that worry also not needed, because God is saying that I will remember the devotee. The devotee may not require to remember, because Entire life he served me, so I will remember him at the time of death, and I will bring it back to my abode. That's what Lord is saying. So there are multiple places in Bhagavad Gita. Lord is telling us that if you are doing a devotional service, you don't want to worry for whether you are living in the material world or spiritual world, and how to leave the body and where to go. All the steps I will take care. Like that, Lord is saying. And in this purport, Prabhupada is mentioning that there are different ways. There are different people, not the mixed devotees. They are not the pure devotee of the Lord. There are mixed devotees who may expect some fruitive results from doing the devotion. They are attached with some material contamination. So those kind of people, how they need to leave this material world, and they may have a little tinge of enjoying propensity might be there, but they may have the bhakti also. It's a kind of a mixed bhakti, material plus bhakti. It's a mixed one. So for that kind of people, Krishna is saying in the 8th chapter how they need to meditate, so that and where they can attain. How they, because but to attain the Supreme Lord, it should be pure love, pure bhakti. There should not be any mixed. There is no expectation, nothing. That person can only go back to Godhead. If other persons, if they have any tinge of material attachment, if they have any desire in their mind, they cannot go back to Godhead, but they can achieve the higher planetary systems. So that is only Krishna is explaining in the 8th chapter. So the 8th chapter, 23 sloka. Yatra kāle anavrittim avatim chaiva yoginaha prayata yantitam kālam bhakshyami bharatarasabha. So what he is saying, O son of Bharatas, I shall now explain you the different times at which, passing away from this world, the yogi does or does not come back. So he's talking about the mixed yogi. He is a yogi, but he has a mixed conception. He has a material contamination also. He has some tinge of material attachment. So that kind of person, and the different times when they are leaving the body and what they will attain. So Krishna is going to explain. So in the 8.24, Krishna explained, Agnair Jyotir Agab Suklaha Sanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma without Janaha. So what is saying here? Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the fiery God in the light at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, or during the 6 months when the sun travels in the north. So when there is a Uttarayanam, during that time, and with the time of when there is a daylight, that time, if one person leaving the body, the yogi is a mixed yogi leaving the body, they will attain the Supreme Brahman. Supreme Brahman in the sense, it is the effulgence, the Brahma Jyotir. They will attain the Brahma Jyotir. They can't go back to God yet, but they will be in the Brahma Jyotir, which is in the border of spiritual world. The material world, the spiritual world, where there is a border. In that place, the Brahma Jyotir is there. So the impersonalists, they are desire to attain that Brahma Jyotir, because they are not accepting that Lord is the form and all. Because their meditation to attain, to correct, to once they left the body, they wanted to go and merge with the Brahma Jyoti. So for that kind of person, they have to do the meditation in the particular time, doing the Uttarayanam time, when the sun travels to the north, there is Uttarayanam. And during the daytime, with the light, that time they have to leave their body. Then only they can attain the Brahma Jyoti. And if you see the Bhagavad Gita, the next sloka, 8.25, Dhumo ratistata krishtaha sanmasa dakshinanayanam tatra chandramasam jyotir yogi prapya nivartate. So here, the mystic yogis who passed away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waxing moon, or the 6th month when the sun passing of the south reaches the moon planet, but again come back. So these people who are leaving the body at when the Dakshanayanam, when the sun travels the south, so that time and at the night, if they leave their body, they will reach the moon planet. Moon planet is the one of the higher planetary system. It is not a lower planetary system. It's a higher planetary system. So the duration of life is more. They can enjoy the moon planet. So they will go back to. They can go back to the person who is leaving the body in the particular time, doing the Dakshanayanam and the night time. They will attain the moon planet. But whatever, as long as their pious credits are there, they will be there in the moon planet. And again, once they are completed, again they have to come back to this material world. That's what Krishna is saying in this lokam. And in the 8.26, Shukla Krishne Gatihi Yate Jagataha Saswate Mate Ekaya Yati Anavritim Anyaya Vartate Punaha. So, according to the Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world. One is in the light and one is in the darkness. This is the Vedic phase. So that we discussed in the previous lokas. One is in the daytime and one is in the night time. Night time is the darkness. When one passes in the light, he does not come back. But when passes in darkness, he returns. So here Krishna is saying that when the daytime one left the body, they will attain the Brahma Jyotir. So this is specifically for the mixed yogis. It is not the mundane people who are not at all having any identity about the Lord, thinking about the Lord. Mundane people, they have their immediate rotation is there, birth, death, birth, death. But here we are talking about the mixed yogis. So that persons, if they leave the body in the daytime, they will go back and they will be there in the Brahma Jyoti. And the night time, if you are leaving the body, that person, they will go back into the moon planet, but they will come back to return to this material world once the pies get committed. But here there is another one is there. The person who is trying to attain the Brahma Jyotir. So the Brahma Jyotir, because the living entity, their dharma is living entity cannot sit ideal, cannot sit ideal. They cannot sit ideal for a single place. So they have to do some activities. That is the nature of the soul. So when they go back to this Brahma Jyotir, so even though they don't want to come back, but since they are going the Brahma Jyotir, they will merge with the Brahma Jyotir, but the Brahma Jyotir, there is no work at all. How long they can say Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, how long they can stay and they can stay there. And they themselves frustrated and they themselves wanted to come back from the Brahma Jyotir to this material world. Again, they will get into the path of bhakti. Then they will go back to, they will plan to go back to God. Since they are experienced this, then there only they will decide that yes, here this place is not good. Brahma Jyotir, then they will come back again. This is voluntarily they will come back. And if you go to the talk about the moon planet, that is once you price credit, then you have to come back. But here in the Brahma Jyotir, voluntarily they will come back to this material world. So for the mixed devotees, the final conclusion is for the mixed devotees, even though they are leaving this material world with a pinch of bhakti, they have to come back to this material world again. And they can't go beyond the Brahma Jyotir or beyond the moon planet. And for the yogis, who is a pure devotee of the Lord, for them, there is no need of checking the time, whether the person is leaving the body in the daytime or nighttime. Since they are always thinking about the Lord, always connected with the Lord, for them, there is no time. Anytime they can leave the body, automatically they will go back to Godhead. So that is the way. This is here, Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning. The yogi, he has to always, you don't want to think about the time and place. He just need to sit and sit comfortably and without disturbance, regulate his life here and he will control his mind. Then concentrate on the Lord, automatically he will go back to God here. Hare Krishna. Grindaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.